large amount of soil get washed away. Now, so the floods is also one of the important reason why the soil get eroded. Now, what can be the another reason, children? The another reason is urbanization. Okay, how urbanization is, helping the soil erosion, or how urbanization is increasing the soil erosion? Because children, see, whenever the construction is done, so for construction what has to be done? Definitely the soil has to be dug. The upper layer is going to be washed away. So again the fertility is going to be, it will get decreased. So urbanization is also what? It comes under human activity. So due to urbanization, due to large amount of construction, due to big, when all these things are constructed, so what is happening? The soil is, is left like that only, like the construction, at the construction site, when the digging of the soil, the digging of that particular area will takes place, definitely that upper layer is going to go away. So again such kind of activities also decreases the the fertility, the amount of good soil, and it leads to the soil erosion. Now, what else can be the human activity? Like again, for recreation, like recreation centers, and like many things what humans do, the land is maybe for making the theaters or anything. So any kind of construction give rise to the the upper layer get washed away, it becomes barren, the trees has to be removed. So huge road has to be made, the construction of the road has to be done. So definitely the trees will be, first of all, the first thing what will be done will be that the trees will be removed. When the trees will be removed, automatically the soil becomes loose. Now the side of the roads can be used for the plantation, but again what is happening, it is digged and it is left like that only, the plants are not being grown over there, and slowly what happens, all these factors become responsible for just soil erosion. So this is also one of the reason for the soil erosion. So these all are the reasons due to this the soil erosion takes place. Now we will talk about the effects, like what are the effects of the soil erosion. So we will talk about the effects now. Effects of soil erosion. Okay, so now first of all, the first effect of soil erosion is the loss of soil. Now loss of soil means what, children? The loss of soil means that upper layer, the top layer, that fertile layer is getting eroded. Now that the soil which is required for the cultivation, the soil which is required for the plantation, that soil is not there. So first of all, the upper layer of the soil is wasted. Soil, we have discussed this thing in the very first chapter, very first part of this, very first topic was this only in this chapter, that soil is which kind of resource? It's renewable resource, and this is the resource which takes lot of time for the formation. It takes thousands of years for just 1 centimeter layer of soil to form. So all this formation, it get wasted. So just the loss of soil, that means what? It is such this kind of resource which takes more than 1000 years to form, and that resource, that top layer, that fertile layer, that important layer has just gone wasted like that only because of the human activity, maybe deforestation, maybe improper farming, maybe overgrazing, maybe construction. But what actually has happened, the upper layer of the soil has gone wasted, like it is now, it's not there, it's the so much of whatever the time was taken, what all procedures were there. I understand that all these are natural, but that all has gone in vain. So first of all, the laws of soil. Now this laws of soil leads to the what? It decreases the fertility. It decreases the fertility. Now, when the fertility get decreased, so what will happen? Definitely it is going to affect the crop production also. So that means what is happening, children? When the soil is getting eroded, so the quality of the soil becomes low. Low quality of soil cannot help in, cannot give better crop production, cannot help in yielding more crops, better crops, nutrients are washed away. So first of all, the soil is the loss of soil, due to the upper layer of the loss of the soil, what will happen? The fertility is lost. Now the fertility of the soil, that means the quality of the soil, the nutrients of the soil get washed away. So what is being washed? The nutrients and even the quality get reduced, and this will reduce the crop production. Now again, to increase the quality of soil, what will be done by the farmers? The fertilizers will be used by the farmers. Now when the fertilizers are used by the farmers, again in the long term it is going to deteriorate the, not deteriorate, so it is going to deteriorate the quality of the soil. Again it is going to harm the quality of the soil. So first of all, what is happening? The fertility of soil get reduced, due to which the nutrients get washed away, the quality get decreased, and the crop production also get decreased. And to increase the crop production, again the fertilizers are used by the farmers, which in long course again decreases the fertility of the soil. Now what is the second thing which is happening? Desertification. Now what is the meaning of desertification? With this also we have discussed, children. Desertification. So what is the meaning of desertification? Desertification means when the particular plant from here, where the plants were there, now when these plants are not there, so what will happen? When the rain will fall directly on the vacant or the empty or the uncovered land or the naked land, so what will happen? The top layer will be washed away. Yes, this is the top layer, and now this top layer will be washed away. Now what will be coming out from here? The structure of soil we have discussed. So the lower layers, that means the stones, the small stones will be left there. Again, now see, such kind of stony layer of the soil is not good for the vegetation. Yes, see what I mean to say is, children, when on the part of the soil, the land, when the topsoil is not there, the plants won't grow. Yes, when the plants won't grow, when the plants will not be there, children, then what will happen? The stones will come out definitely. The soil, like we are talking about a piece of land which is very good, fertile, but slowly, that land get totally, like all the vegetation is destroyed over there. That is a part of land which do not have any kind of vegetation. On such kind of land, the plants cannot grow, so that lower layers of the soil will come, that means small stones will come up. Now again, when such kind of on such kind of part of the soil, when it will rain, again the quality will get more deteriorated. So in this only, like soil is not good, the plants cannot grow. The plants cannot grow, the quality of the soil will get on it will keep on getting deteriorated. So in this course, the desertification takes place. That means that particular part of the soil will almost get converted into desert. So that means it is a major huge problem, So on the top layer, when the plants will be there, so the soil will remain intact, the water will be absorbed, and when such kind of vegetation keeps on increasing, it will keep on increasing the fertility of soil, it will prevent soil erosion, it will increase the quality, the nutrients of the soil, and it will also stop desertification. But when vegetation is not there, and in absence of vegetation, soil erosion will increase, and due to soil erosion, desertification will take place. Due to soil erosion, desertification will take place. So, due to removal of top layer of the soil, top layer, plants can't grow slowly, leading to desertification. Now we'll talk about the next point, and that is landslide. So now when we talk about landslide, first of all, what is the meaning of the landslide? That means the part of the mountains, the big stones, they fall down on the surface of the earth. Now it doesn't happen in the area where the hills are not there. When the hills are not there, when we talk about our place, so there are no hilly areas, so definitely there will be no landslide. But when we talk about the part like Kashmir and all, where the hilly areas are there, where the hills are there, in such kind of area, when the vegetation is not there, when on the hills the plants are not there, when the plants are not there, then what will happen, children? Again, when the rain will fall, that means when the rainfall will be there, children, it is going to directly hit the mountain, and the cleavage will be formed, and the cleavage will increase, and what will happen? The cracks will be formed. So when the cracks will form, these cracks will gradually increase in size, and in such case, when the strong rainfall will be there, that crack will definitely will be widen up, and the big stones will get removed from the part of the main mountain, and it is going to fall down. So when it falls down, children, when the surface where these rocks are falling has roads, that part has got road, or that part, below that part roads are there, or just below the part where these rocks are falling, so that part has got heavy traffic, so definitely it is going to harm, it is going to take lives of the people. Sometimes the stones, the big rocks fall, that means a landslide, that means a part of the mountains fall in the river, or maybe if I say not exactly river, that may be the small streams, the small canal, the natural canals from where the water is flowing. When such kind of big stones, rocks fall in and blocks that particular waterway, so what will happen? Definitely water is not going to stop, children. Water is going to change the path, and that changed path can be again very, very dangerous, because that water can enter the city, the place, the village which is just nearby over there. That means what I am saying, children, what I mean to say is that from this part, when the big stone, when the big rock falls, suppose this big rock falls over here, and here the water is flowing. Now somehow it happens that due to this is a very small canal, this big stone, the path of the water get blocked. So when this part will get blocked, so what will happen? The water will flow in the regular course, and water will start flowing in some other direction wherever it finds the way. So this way when the water is flowing, and this way, you know, it may have a city, a place, a village, and the water will start entering there. So these landslides are very, very dangerous, you know, because it may affect the traffic if it falls in the traffic area, it may kill the people, it may take the lives if it falls in the heavy traffic area, it may change the path of the water bodies, small water bodies, which may give rise to the floods. So these landslide is very, very dangerous, you know, and for these landslide also one of the very important cause is you know, soil erosion, and soil erosion is happening because of the, you know, lack of vegetation. So when the lack of vegetation is there, when the lack of vegetation is there, so what will happen? The cracks will be formed. It will lead this big stone to fall down. Now these big stone can, what can it do? These big stone can fall in the traffic area. Lives, yes, many lives can be, I am writing in just, I am not writing in the complete sentences, children. So it can take the lives, it can change the path of the water body and give rise to the flood also. So this is how this landslide is very, very dangerous, and it affects the you know, normal routine life of the people. Now we'll move to the next one, and the next one is the floods. So the effects of soil erosion, very important, it gives rise to the floods. One of the reason for the floods can be this, and the another is the normal. Now there is no place to write, children. So floods, again the simple reason we have discussed, now there is no reason to discuss it more. Just when the vegetation is not there, nothing is there to absorb the water, nothing is there to bind the roots, and definitely it is going to give rise to the increase in the level of the water, and this increased level of the water will be going in the soil, in the river, which is going to ultimately come back to the village, to the town, and it will result in the flood. More floods, more soil erosion. More soil erosion, more floods. You know, these all are highly interrelated things. One is going to increase the another thing, and the another thing, if it get increased, again going to affect the first one. So more deforestation, more soil erosion, more you know, that it will give rise to the desertification. Yeah. Now coming back to the next point. It will also give rise to the famine. It will also give rise to the drought. That means when the water is there, at that time it is not utilized. When the water is there, it is not being stored. So it is not you know, stored, not kept safely. And with the increase of deforestation, the fertility of the soil get decreased, and in the, you know, what happens then, the crop production get affected, and then there remains no water, and with the reduced, the decreased amount of fertility of the soil, definitely it will be also a failure for the crops, and definitely in such kind of conditions the drought or the famine occurs. That means a condition when there is no proper food to eat, no water, proper water to drink also, because, and what is happening, there is no fertile soil, so the plants cannot be grown, the crops cannot be grown when the water is not stored. So for the crops, for the irrigation for the summer season also, water is not left, and so it gives rise to all such kind of severe conditions. So children, all these are the you know, effects and reasons how the soil erosion takes place. First of all, what is soil erosion, what are the causes of the soil erosion, and how the soil erosion affects the various things. Now along with this, we will be talking about now preventions. We know the reason, we know the thing, like what actually it is, we know the causes, and we know the effects also. So definitely we need to talk about the preventions also, that what are the preventions we need to take, what are the cares which we need to take to prevent such a dangerous conditions, to be away from all such kind of dangers. So this is all about what? Soil erosion. What is this? The transport or the transfer or the removal of the soil from one place to, this is P, children, due to strong winds or rain. Now there are different reasons like deforestation, strong winds, strong rains, improper farming, overgrazing, sandstorms, floods, urbanization. All these are the causes for the soil erosion. Now what are the effects of soil erosion? Loss of fertility of the soil, it gives rise to desertification, it gives rise to famine, it gives rise to floods, and it even gives rise to landslide. Now we'll talk about the prevention of soil erosion, how the soil erosion can be prevented. Please note this point. So now we'll discuss about the prevention of soil erosion. So I'll just write the heading of this: prevention of soil erosion. So how can we prevent soil erosion? What can be the measures which need to be taken to prevent soil erosion? So first of all is afforestation. When we can say that deforestation is the major cause for all these problems. Repeatedly in the lecture for the soil erosion, I said one thing, that deforestation is the main reason for all the effects and causes of the soil erosion. So definitely the remedy should also be related to that only, and should be just opposite to that, and that is the reason the very first point which I have written over here is afforestation, that means the planting of trees. Before cutting one tree, at least three more plants should be planted. Then we should think about the cutting of one tree, because these trees are very, very important for us. It helps us in many different ways. So it should be declared a crime, cutting of trees, deforestation without permission. Like no one should be allowed for cutting the trees. So deforestation is the major cause of soil erosion. If it is a major cause of all kind of destruction, then definitely afforestation is the biggest solution for the preventions. Maybe it is soil erosion or global warming. So coming back to the point, afforestation. Now when the plants will be grown, when the trees will be there on the surface of the earth, so the surface of the earth will not be naked, it won't be uncovered, it will be safely covered by the, not only, it's not like that when the trees are here, so only this particular part is safe. No, this all other part, it remains covered by the fallen leaves, fallen branches, so the total, that particular area where these the trees are there, the total particular area becomes safe and covered. So that is the reason afforestation, I am saying that afforestation is very, very important. It protects the soil, it covers the soil and prevents the soil erosion to the greatest extent. Okay, so afforestation, planting of trees, increases the binding of the soil, does decreases, these all sign I am making, increase and decrease, thus decreases the soil erosion. Now, what will happen if the the plants, what about the places where already the desertification has taken place? What about the places where enough of water is not there? So in such kind of places, the xerophytes should be should be grown. So again, what is the meaning of xerophytes? Xerophytes should be grown. Now, xerophytes are those plants which can grow well in the arid conditions, or the xerophytes are those plants which can grow well in the scarcity of water in the place, at the places where the water is not available in in great amount. So these are the xerophytes, are the plants which can grow well in the scarcity of water. So when the hills, when the top layer of the hill is covered by the plants, trees, and the affected area, the area which is prone to soil erosion, that means the area which from where soil erosion takes place to a great extent, the area which is prone to, I think you can understand this word prone, that means area which is highly affected by soil erosion. There even the plants, along with the plants, the xerophytes should also be grown, which can grow well in the desert kind of conditions, which can grow well even when the water is not available. So when the surface will be covered by either any kind of plants, vegetation should be there. Either it can be xerophytes or whatever plants, but the plants has to be there. So when the surface is covered by plants, what will happen? Again, the absorption, the percolation rate will increase, the binding of the soil will be increased. That means the roots will be holding the soil very firmly, and definitely it can also prevent the floods, it can also prevent the famine to a large extent, because the water will get time to be percolated. It will, see the percolation rate. First of all, percolation means what? The absorption or the movement or the going, like when the water is absorbed by the soil. Now when water has to go down, it should be absorbed by the soil. So what is required? That water should come on the surface of the soil, na children? When we want water to go inside the soil, then we will have to leave water. That means water should get time to be there on the surface. But what is actually happening? When it falls on the hills, it straight away directly comes down only. So again, second point is related to this only, and that is terrace farming. What is the meaning of terrace farming, children? Now see, this is the kind of a hill. So when the water will flow, it will come directly down. There is no chance of percolation of water, and what will happen? It is going to carry all the soil, the fertile soil, the top layer, and the soil will be wasted. Again, when there will be no soil, no plants will be there, no plants, again desertification. So the whole area will get destroyed. What is being done nowadays, like not from nowadays, actually our people in olden days also this used to be, they used to do this thing. Actually what is done, steps are being made. Steps are being made on the hills. Now see, just take an example, children. A slope is there, okay, a slope is there. Just take the example of the hospitals where we have staircases also, and the slope also from where the stretchers and all can go very easily. Yeah. When the water is allowed to come, down from a slope, when the water is allowed to come down from a plank like this, So definitely it is going to come down very fast and total water will come down, right? But when, take the second example, when the water is thrown from the staircase, just pay attention and try to think, and you will find that water will be stored whatever amount, but it will remain on each of the stair. Then someone has to do it, with certain kind of broom or whatever. But what I mean to say is, when the water is allowed to come from the hill, directly the water will come down without being getting absorbed anywhere. That means water will not be able to get percolated. Soil will not be able to absorb water because it will come down with such a force, with great speed, without stopping in between. Yes, that is the reason I gave the example, that take the example, when the water is thrown from the slope and when the water is thrown from the stairs. So in the first case, when the water is thrown from the slope, it will directly come down without being, it won't get absorbed anywhere, it won't stop anywhere. Now in second case, when the water is thrown from the staircases, suppose 15 stairs are there. So at each stair, water will, you will find little amount of water has got stagnated, has stopped over there. Same will happen when the steps will be made in the, on the hills, in the hilly regions, on the hills. When this is the hill and when the staircases will be made, and in this case when the strong rainfall will be there. So what will happen, children? At every step the water will be stored in the sense water will remain over there for some time. Water will remain on the surface of the earth for some time, so soil will get time to absorb. That means the underwater level is also increasing, and whatever soil which would have come just from here and would have gone down like this, what will happen? Even if the soil is coming from the first step, it will get stuck on the second, either if it is not getting stuck on the second, third, fourth, but any of the way this will get stopped on one or the either step. That means soil erosion will also be prevented, and this area is then also used for farming, children. So even the farmers are growing the small whatever crops over this area. So the irrigation also is problem is also solved. Crop is being the people who are living there also get whatever they are growing. That is also an additional profit for them. Then what is happening? First of all, when we talk about the nature, the soil erosion gets stopped, the water get absorbed in the soil, the groundwater table will get increased, the percolation rate will be increased, and the rainwater which will now would have gone just like that only and would have become the part of the river, now that will reduce, and definitely it is going to reduce the floods also. So all these things can happen with the help of the terrace farming. So what is being done in the terrace farming? Small steps are made on the hills which are further used for crop production. And it will increase percolation, it will increase the underwater groundwater table will increase, and will also decrease soil erosion. So all this can happen by terrace farming. So we are studying about the preventions of soil erosion. In this we have discussed first the afforestation, second xerophytes, third the terrace farming, and now we'll move to the next one, that is the fourth one, overgrazing should be provided. Overgrazing should be avoided. So we have read the effects of the overgrazing. So one area should not be allowed to get exploited to an extent that it fails to develop itself further, naturally. So this should be avoided. Now next one is, like what else can be done. So proper methods of cultivation should be used. Proper farming methods should be used. Proper farming methods should be used. That means the crops should not be tilled and kept open. The top layer of the soil should not be left like that only to get eroded, and should be taken care of. That means the proper means, the proper ways of cultivation, crop production should be followed. Over irrigation should be avoided. Over irrigation. Now children, what is the meaning of over irrigation? Now over irrigation means, first of all, what's the meaning of irrigation, children? To supply water to the crops. What's the meaning of irrigation? To supply water to the crops. Now what's the meaning of over irrigation? To supply water more than which is required for the plants. To supply water for more than what is required for the plants. So over irrigation, what does it will lead to? It will again lead to like if the what will happen, the soil erosion will take place. So over irrigation should be avoided. So if the proper means of irrigations are used, it will reduce the soil erosion, which will help to maintain the fertility of the soil. Now modern methods of irrigation should be adapted. Modern methods of irrigation should be